with Chef Bill Collins from chefbill.com, and now we're going to make a vegetarian Philly cheese steak sandwich.
Steak, that's right.
Yes.
And it's actually made very similar to the real Philly cheesesteak, except we forget the steak. Because with that, you saute onions, you throw in a skirt steak or whatever kind of steak you want, saute it up, throw on some cheese, and you have your meal. In this case, sauteed onions, and you can saute these for as much time as you have. You can just go 5 minutes, as the recipe calls for, or you can just keep them going and almost caramelize them so you can get just more of a flavor. Because while meat has, well, tastes like meat, a lot of people have described portabella mushrooms as being very meaty, so it's a very hearty flavor. And really, all the portabella mushroom is the little white button mushrooms that you see. It's just a more mature version of that. It's aged longer, it's grown longer.
Really?
It actually is. So it's the same mushroom.
I didn't know that.
Me neither.
Yep. So the way you want to work with the portabella is there's the little gills, as they call them, on the bottom. Just scrape them off with a spoon, because now if you don't scrape them off with a spoon, you won't die. Don't worry. But it will turn the food very black. And every now and then it can make it a little bit bitter. So if you take it out, especially if you're grilling them, it'll just improve the flavor. But if you forget that step, that's fine. And then I just, under a slow running water, just cleaned off the top just a little bit.
Okay.
So now what you want to do is just, slice them up.
Like
I
they're
don't know
pieces
if I
of steak.
could do it as nice as you just did.
Just practice.
All right.
But you
Look
don't
at that, they are like pieces of steak.
Exactly, and you can make them thinner, whatever size you want. So now I'm just going to add a little more liquid to the pan here, just to keep it a little bit moister. But I've already put these in. These mushrooms have been cooking. It takes maybe about 6 or 7 minutes, and we didn't want to bump Rich with the news.
Right.
So I've already put these in.
You started them a little ahead of time.
So just a bit ahead of time, because that's the beauty of live television. So I already cooked the onions, and I put the mushrooms in. Now, you do it with the lid on whenever you cook mushrooms, because the liquid comes out, they're rather watery, and it helps steam them and keep them soft. If you do them just without, you can certainly do it that way, but they can be a little bit drier. This way you keep everything nice and moist.
Oh, I see. I think I never use the lids as much as I should, I think. I never think to use them.
It can make, even if you're just boiling water, put a lid on, because it'll boil faster. It's not fighting the outside air.
That makes sense.
Now here's the fun part. Kids love this part. And I use organic American cheese only because it's more flavorful. So you just put that on, and because it's already so warm, I'm going to give it a moment, and especially if you have little kids, have them watch it melt. It's one of the kids love watching cheese melt. I don't know why, it's just one of those rules. And you see it's already starting to melt, and once it's soft and melted, just stir it around, and you're going to have the completed
So you put the cheese right in the pan. You don't add the cheese on the roll like you might do
You
otherwise.
can do that, but the thing is, this really melts really well. And it'll be really hot, kind of warm in the bun, but it might not be, almost like a cheeseburger. You have a big hunk of cheese. Believe me, that's fine. But this way, see, you get all the texture in there.
Oh, and everything's coated.
Exactly. And so everything gets some cheese, and you can see as it's hitting the pan, it melts even more.
That looks so good.
Right? Oh,
And
I love it.
so now it's done. I also put in a little bit of salt and pepper. And so now we're ready.
It's amazing how it smells like a Philly cheesesteak.
It does, right?
It really
Even though
does.
it's mushroom, yeah.
So I've got these, and also not only is this great as a sandwich, a cheesesteak, this is great as a pizza topping. So if you have some pizza dough, now this is going to be really hot, because there's nothing that'll take the top of your mouth off like a melted
hot cheese. You know what?
Yep.
I'm willing to risk it.
Right.
No, don't do it.
Terrible idea. Nope.
So here we
Nervous
have.
for you.
A
Look
little
at
bite.
these little rolls. They're so cute.
Exactly. So in effect, we've got a little Philly cheesesteak slider with the little roll. So you let that cool for a little bit there.
Great
and
for a party, too.
They're perfect for a party. And you can serve it room temperature, really hot. Seth has no feeling in the top of his mouth anymore, but I think he's finding that it's worth it. But it's that simple to do. It takes about 5 minutes of prep.
Great.
If that, peel the onion, slice the onion, saute it up. You could even do the onion the day before, and even cut the mushrooms the day before. So just throw it all back in the pan, 5 minutes, and you've got it.
And I know we've talked about this before. As a mom, especially, I think cleaning afterwards when things are crazy is always difficult. But your secret is just put a little water in there and put it on the stove top.
Exactly, because as you know, trying to get a cheese out of a pan, when it's cooled off to clean it, you need dynamite. And so if you don't have any in the house, then just put a little water and bring it to a little boil on the stove, and it'll come right off. So it's easy to clean up, easy to make, and great to eat.
And easy to eat, that's for sure. Look at Seth, he's
much safer than dynamite. Oh yeah, my mouth is burned. By the way, this recipe is going to be online on our website, mymassappeal.com later today.